So customer advocacy is included but not limited to our online reviews, our executive testimonials or testimonies from different customers, our online reviews, our customer stories or case studies. You name it, if a customer can be a part of it, we try to allow them to be a part of that with us. We have a community in which we work with our customers.
Welcome to Business Ninjas, brought to you by WriteForMe, where you'll hear from business leaders who are out there growing their business and slaying it every day. Learn from the masters. Let's get started.
Hey everybody, welcome back for another episode of Business Ninjas. I'm here today with Natalie Gullatt. She's the Customer Marketing Manager at Hubspot. Natalie, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, excited to have you. So Natalie, tell me a little bit about yourself.
Sure. So I am, like you said, the Customer Marketing Manager here at HubSpot. I work on a very wonderful team of talented individuals who focuses on customer advocacy with our customers. I've been doing marketing since some time now. I officially entered the field in 2013. I got my MBA and then I've been working in marketing ever since. I've done customer marketing, I've done content marketing, I've done social media marketing, I've done corporate communications. I've done it all for the most part. So I'm very blessed and very grateful to have a career that spans across the industry and one that allows me to have an expertise in a multitude of areas that can service the orgs that I work in.
Yeah. So, before we dive into customer advocacy, talk to me a little bit about HubSpot for those of, who may not be familiar.
Sure. So HubSpot is a leading software platform. It is a CRM or customer relationship management software as a service company where we, in a nutshell, as we always say, is we help your business grow better. So we have a consolidated tool that helps your marketing team, it helps your sales team, your operations team. Basically, you can run your entire business off of HubSpot. And one thing that we like to say, and I know this is probably a question in the future, what is something that people tend to want to know about your organization? We say we're crafted, not cobbled. So we have this one platform where you can run your business and it's not a bunch of integrations together. Yeah. Now, HubSpot does integrate with different other tools that your business can use, but it is a wonderful tool that you can run your business off of and it'll scale with you. Hence our phrase of we help the businesses grow better.
That's fantastic. So talk to me a little bit about what customer advocacy within HubSpot looks like then.
A lot.
What doesn't it look like?
Exactly. It would probably be a little bit shorter of an answer, but customer advocacy are all the things, for lack of better words. We have partners that work with us as well, but I will only focus on customers because that's where my team works and where I work. So customer advocacy is included but not limited to our online reviews, our executive testimonials or testimonies from different customers, our online reviews, our customer stories or case studies, participating in webinars, speaking at Inbound, you name it. If a customer can be a part of it, we try to allow them to be a part of that with us there. So my team, we have different programs in which we run. I run a program, another person runs another program. There's so many different programs. We have a community in which we work with our customers. We don't do referrals, ironically, at HubSpot. We don't do a lot of cross-sell, upsell in the customer marketing realm. And I say that specifically because I know a lot of customer marketers will say, well, why didn't she mention those? We do have references and we do reference calls and things of that nature, but we don't focus a lot of cross-sells and upsells because while we have the tool that you can run your whole company on, you don't have to buy all parts. Of course, we can upsell or cross-sell you there, but a lot of that really lies within our customer success organization. They know our customers and they know those accounts in and out. Mm-hmm. So they do a really great job of that upsell, cross-sell and working with sales. Mm-hmm. And I would say like customer marketing overall really does fit with the customer content that we get to help enable our sales teams to close more deals, as well as having our customers shine. So we like to call them our heroes. So if you attend Inbound this year, I hope everyone does, come visit the hero stage, which is basically our customer-centric stage where customers come and tell the great things that they're doing, but then they also mention how HubSpot helps them be great at what they do.
So how does, this customer advocacy marketing differ from the marketing you've done in the past, within the realm? Yeah.
That's a really great question. So I focus a lot on customer stories. I focus on PR strategies, and I have a team. I'm usually a team of one every time I do customer marketing. And like I mentioned before, we don't do referrals like that. In that instance, we tend to have our inbound methodology that HubSpot is really known for. And so that's how we meet a lot of different customers and prospects with us. I'm happy to say we're pretty well known in the industry. So I don't think we have to do too much with the referral aspect of it. I've had to do referrals in the past. I've done referral campaigns before and multiple times. I've also have done, upsell and cross sells that I mentioned. I would do that before as a customer marketer. I used to run the customer advisory board. Our rest of the customer team runs that. I don't run that now. So I don't do as much per se. I do more in-depth work. So I specialize in, for example, our case studies and our customer stories. Like I said, getting our customers to speak at different events, getting our customers to speak virtually on webinars. I also get them to do those pieces, but there are some important things like the customer advisory board or the CAB. I don't work with all customers on online reviews. I only work with some customers on online reviews. And then I don't do upsells, cross sells, and referrals anymore.
So it sounds to me like, there you go, anymore. It sounds to me like, HubSpot, like you said, you help businesses grow better and bigger, but also too, it sounds like in your role, you're helping people grow in a lot of other ways that maybe a software as a service company wouldn't necessarily help their clients grow. And
absolutely. I think one of the things that I focus on and what I love about customer marketing is I help people build their careers a bit because I have them speak. And so when people say, and this is I guess a tip for those in customer marketing, when you're saying, well, what do customers want in exchange for advocacy? I say a lot of times what customers want is they want an opportunity, especially if they're people, they want an opportunity to speak, share their expertise. And that's something that I allow my customers to do. And that's why I mentioned like working at inbound is so great because it's not just, oh, they're going to just talk all about inbound or HubSpot. They're going to talk a little bit about the things that they're doing that they're proud about. And then they can just say, HubSpot helps me do that very well. So I love that part of my job. And I think it's super important.
Yeah, no, that's really interesting. Do you see trends in the, size company, title of person that tends to work with, you in your division, but also too with HubSpot in general?
Yeah. So HubSpot is known for working with small, medium businesses. However, again, we help your business grow better. So we've had businesses scale to mid-market and enterprise level. I mostly work with enterprise level and mid-market customers. I do have a colleague who works with small, medium businesses still. We still love our small, medium business, but I think that's something that a lot of people don't always think of when they think of HubSpot. They think of a competitor I won't even name, but we will work with you to have your organization. And I focus on dismantling that misconception in my job all the time. Like, oh, well, you know what? HubSpot is only for small, medium businesses. And I say, nope, I can name 10 customers that use us and they are a well-known company. They're mid-market or enterprise, and they use us in their space. And this is how they do it very well. So I think that's what I love also about my job. You know what? I'm going to say I love my job a lot. So I'm just going to stop here and just say I love my job.
Hey, you'll hear me say it too, so I don't blame you. So, it sounds like the biggest challenge that your customers have before they start working with you, specifically Natalie, and then also HubSpot and two, is it just, for one in HubSpot, kind of the organization that it takes to run a business, and then for you, maybe the visibility to continue to grow. Am I kind of right in that?
I think so. I think the challenge that a lot of people face is really having an opportunity to say, I've done all these great things. I don't know if you've experienced this before where you've done a great win at work and you're like, I just got to tell someone, and your boss knows it, your team knows it. And it's like, okay, great. But who else do I tell? I give people an opportunity to just shout it from the rooftops. And so sometimes my customers will email me and say, oh my gosh, Natalie, I did this great thing. And it's made these major results. And I'm like, I'm glad you told me. So now can I share it with the world? Can I explode your win to where it really compounds? And I think that's super cool too. They get to tell their customer success managers as well. But my customers that I work with, and I work with less than 100 customers, I have the opportunity to really blow up what they say and really tell the world while also helping the company that I work for. So that is what I like to call a win-win situation. Makes my job easier. It makes the customer happy. And it's also a wonderful opportunity for other people who don't see or know the magic of HubSpot. They now have it in front of them.
Yeah. And do you think it's that magic that really differentiates you from your competition?
Ooh, yes, absolutely. So many things that differ us. So I always tell people I was a fan of HubSpot before I started working at HubSpot. I will say several things differentiate us. One, we're crafted, not cobbled. But two, we also have a very beautiful interface. And I think that is super important. And as a marketer, we tend to think we like things pretty, right? I think three, the service is super important. So our support team is really great. Our customer success team is phenomenal. So the people are really important. And I think the other thing that's super important too is that we really celebrate your wins with you. HubSpot wants to see you win. Yes, it helps us win too, but genuinely as people, because we're people behind the brand, we want to see you win, because who wants to see people fail all the time? That's whack.
Yeah, right. So when people start to work with HubSpot, is there an onboarding process? Because like you said, there's room for scale, there's room for, adding on integrations. What does the beginning look like?
So the beginning is once you join the HubSpot group, family, whatever you want to call us, usually what happens is that you are assigned a customer onboarding specialist. And so that person will take you through your 90 days. And we do have technical consultants. So either they will join with you if you choose to have technical consultants. Sometimes people do, sometimes people don't. Sometimes people have HubSpot partners that I mentioned, which are like our agencies that will help run your business using HubSpot for you. So they will help you with all of the things that you're working through. After you go through about your 90 days, you graduate from that onboarding period. And I'm really truncating this. Okay. So anyone, if you're in HubSpot and you hear this, just know I'm truncating it. I know I am. I'm sorry. But you get assigned to your customer success manager, who you meet with about approximately every month or so. Sometimes you meet with them every couple months. It really just depends. And they will talk you through all the things you're doing. They will look at your account, make sure like, hey, these are the goals that you set in place earlier. Are you meeting those goals? What are your challenges? How can we support you? How can we help you? Of course, you have the support team who, if you've run into any troubles or any questions and you need help, something happens on the back end and you're like, hey, I really need someone, they're there to support you as well. Now, I like to say, because now we're getting to the life cycle of a customer, we tend to have customers who will start with us, especially if they're small. They'll just say, I'm just going to sign a 1-year contract or agreement. So after that, about 9 months in, I want to say 3 months before your renewal, we reach out to you, talk to you about renewing, see what those things are, where the challenges that you face. Is usually not a surprise because we like to eat what we sell. So we run HubSpot on HubSpot. So we know exactly what challenges you may be facing because the CSM would have put in those notes. We definitely talk to one another anyway, because we do have a hybrid and remote office. I actually am based out of Atlanta and HubSpot is based out of Boston. But we talk to one another and we'll check in. I talk to the renewals managers over my accounts and she says, hey, I just want to check in what your experience has been like. And then she also checks in with the CSM. So when it's time for him or her to go and talk to the customer to renew, we kind of know what those challenges are going in and if they're interested in staying with HubSpot or not, and how we can save them if they are savable.
And it sounds too like, people are able to grow and scale, so they stay with HubSpot because HubSpot, has been there for them through when they were small, when they were medium, and growing up through that.
Absolutely. And I think that's the goal with HubSpot, is that we want you to come to us as a small business, and then we grow with you, and then we adapt with you, and you continue to move forward with the company and the organization. And a lot of times in my world too, is I will get a customer who may have been mid-market before, and they'll tell me their story. And I've had a customer say, hey, I want to, redo my case study because things have changed now. We've grown even more. And so we want to really talk about it. And I said, that makes an even better story. And I'm happy to tell it for you. So I love that part.
That's really interesting. So if people wanted to learn more kind of about HubSpot, get involved, see if it's a fit, where would they go to learn more?
So definitely check out hubspot.com. There is a careers tab on there. I think it's careers.hubspot.com. I could be wrong, or hubspot.com/careers. That's why I just say, just go to hubspot.com. There will be a career section if you're interested. We do have events like First Gen in Tech that happens every year. And that is usually a virtual event. So you can learn more about what we do at HubSpot because we have speakers that speak. I've spoken at First Gens at Tech, I think a couple times. I did last year. Then we also have Inbound that's in person. It's in Boston. It's from September 6th through the 9th. I highly, highly, highly recommend it. It is an industry leading conference, and make sure you talk to your managers as well as your employers to pay for you to attend. And then we have several communities. One of them that I love and I support is called Black at Inbound for Black professionals. So I highly, highly recommend that maybe you should step into that. There may be an opportunity to learn a little bit more about HubSpot and Inbound, wink, wink. So take that as a nice little hit to go ahead and get involved and check us out.
Love that. Good Easter egg. We'll see. Well, Natalie, this has been a great conversation. As we start to wrap up, is there anything that you want to leave our listeners with, either about, customer advocacy, about HubSpot, anything like that?
Always lead with empathy. That is a trait that I always say. If you're going to do customer marketing, lead with empathy, go along with patience, and enjoy the ride. So that's what I would say. Start with empathy. Remember to maintain patience because you're working with customers. It is going to be longer time frames to get things done than your normal marketing campaigns because you're working with a third party who has their own needs. And then enjoy the end product. Enjoy the product, enjoy what you've done, enjoy what you do, and then start over again. Lead with that empathy, ride along with your patience, and enjoy the ride as well as everything that you're doing.
Well, awesome. Well, Natalie, this has been a great conversation. I appreciate your emphasis on empathy. I was a tongue twister. Emphasis on empathy. I appreciate that. Very near and dear to my heart. I appreciate all the advocacy that you've done, on behalf of Inbound, talking about, Blacks in tech. I think that's a fantastic initiative and very much needed. And I think this has just been overall a really great conversation. And I appreciate you being on Business Ninjas today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, great to have you.